if somebody wants to start with AGM, we're going to give them a 1-year contract. And if they don't want to do it, we understand, and we're going to pass on that relationship, because we need people to understand that the social media game is really a long-term game. It's not something that happens in 2 or 3 months or in 4 months. Well, Manuel, if I give you $1,000, are you going to give me $3,000 back? No, I'm not. That's not the way it works. You're building a brand. That's not the way that old school entrepreneurs handle business. Why are we going to handle like that? Do you know that it's estimated that a business is going to lose money its first 3 years since its inception? When it comes to the journey, and I'm going to show you this, I'm going to tell you the specific example of what we do for Natural Slim, which is successful. $20 million a year corporation right now. 9 years ago, we had nothing, all right? We went from scratch to where we're at today. There was a lot of elements that we actually put in play. The first one was a YouTube channel. We started doing content, and we started getting content on the YouTube channel. First of all, it was doing 4 videos a week, okay? Then we grabbed that content and we started distribution on Facebook. Same content, same exact videos, all of it. At this point, Instagram was not even a big deal, especially in Latin America. We weren't doing anything with it. So this is I'm gonna call it MTV Natural Slim. This is Metabolism TV and Natural Slim, the roadmap. So once we did the 4 videos a week, we transitioned over to Facebook and we leveraged the exact same videos on Facebook. And then we started doing a content strategy on Facebook. And that became like 5 or 6 posts a day. Articles, videos, images, podcasts, which we do have, by the way. And then it was videos again. And then we did another thing called whiteboards, which are like summarized versions of different pieces of content, okay? And then we did something else called Golden Nuggets. Golden Nuggets are little videos that we made from the 7, 8, 10-minute versions. We summarized them in 1 or 2 minute videos, in some cases 3-minute videos, and we got them on Facebook. And some of those videos went viral. We have a video that actually got to 25 million views in a matter of like a few months, just because my dad was talking about an alarming subject, which is cereals and the damages that it was doing to kids. So we grabbed that content and we put it there. And then over here, we started Instagram. It's still slowly growing. We don't do much with it. What's happening on these platforms, this is the main concentration here. This is our bread and butter, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, is that we segue into advertising, creating ads of best content. Best content. How do we know the best content? Well, on YouTube, there is a survey being done by the machine. You can go to the most popular videos, and those ones are the ones that we were using to be able to distribute on Facebook. And then on Facebook, we looked at what videos were creating the best response. And then we used those videos and we invested advertising dollars on getting those videos seen, both on Instagram and on Facebook. And that gave us the thing that we feed off from the most, which are the buckets of video watchers. These are all the buckets of video watchers right here, right? The 25 percenters, the 75 percenters, the 95 percenters, 50, the 10 seconds, and so on, right? 3 seconds, etc. We got the video watchers, and these guys right here are the ones that we're getting to call nonstop to the offices. And we get them to get on the phone and talk to one of our guys over here, and then they get the order. So we do about 50% of the sales online on our Amazon. You guys have seen my brand. And the other 50% is done over the phone with consultants, and we take care of them. So over here, we do lead generation. We do emails, we do SMS, we do Messenger. And one thing that we started doing recently, we do WhatsApp. As you guys might know, on Latin America, WhatsApp is a very big subject. We have lead generation. So now we have accumulated about easily 1.6 million people through this funnel. So 1.6 million people have come in starting from the top of the funnel right here. Videos on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and now we get them on the phone because we have nurtured them. Now, once they're inside our list, on Messenger, there's a series of funnels that I'm gonna tell you guys in a second, but we survey people to find out what they're interested in the most. If you guys, any of you guys have joined Dr. Berg's funnels, Messenger channel, You know that you got surveyed. There were questions that were asked to find out more about what you're interested in. And that's what you need to find out, because not everybody's at the same level. Some people, for example, on financials, some people are broke and they're looking for a way out. Some people are rich and powerful and they're looking for the next level up. You cannot talk to the broke and the rich in the same language, because you're going to lose both of them. And that's important. The same thing applies to, for example, weight loss, or it applies to beauty. There's people that want to accomplish different points at different levels. And that's why you need to make sure that you talk to them in the right language to get them to continue conversations with you beyond this level. So we're going to tell you guys about that. I'm going to go back to the slides now, but I have recommendations on each one. Like, how do we communicate on email, on SMS? How do we communicate on Messenger? How do we do this right now, right? Obviously, you guys know that on Messenger, things are officially different now. This is March 9th as we're recording this. So things are different. You cannot just do broadcasts randomly. You have to have the rules in place. Otherwise, you're going to be a liability to get shut down. And you don't want to have that. But regardless, there's certain things that work. And I'm going to tell you guys about that. And the same thing that I apply across all my client accounts, because it's a combination of having a massive omnipresence. And not only that, having a big audience through paid advertising, and then going over to generating leads of these guys over here. Now, I don't do cold audience leads. I don't. I have tried that in the past. Generating leads of people that have not gone through this funnel, I gave up on that. I gave up on that. I don't do that anymore, because there's so much going on. There's so much content being distributed, being put out there, that if you don't have a funnel like this, that it starts with value, you're going to end up somehow losing. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking about, well, I don't know exactly what to do. Well, you have to start building a personal brand. It's a challenge. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Or you're going to start thinking about, what area are you passionate about that you can keep on talking aggressively for a long time and never get tired of it. And that way it's easier to do it, because when you really like what you're doing, it's easy to talk about it endlessly. It doesn't really end. If you ask people like Dr. Burke or my dad or myself, you ask me, am I ever going to be tired of talking about marketing? I don't. I can talk about marketing for so many hours. Even my wife gets tired of listening to me, because she doesn't want to hear me talk about marketing anymore. I don't get tired of talking about marketing. It's a subject that doesn't end for me. So you're going to find that one thing that you don't get tired about talking. You don't get tired of talking ever, no matter what. If you keep on talking about this forever, you will be super happy. And that's what you need to figure out for this beginning step of the journey, which is your content strategy for social media. I wish I could tell you that it would actually survive or be massively successful without this. I don't see that happening. The more that I try it out, the more I don't even bring in clients into my agency unless they have a vision as to what content they want to provide to the world. Because in social media, this is a requirement in order for you to win the game. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult. Now, if you have a really solid nurture strategy for these guys right here, email, SMS, Messenger, WhatsApp, etc., then you don't have to go as deep on this particular world right here. You're able to do enough that now you can create an audience over here and you can bring them in, and now you're going to know how to communicate to them every day on email, every few days on SMS, every few days on Messenger. You're going to know how to be a human involved with your overall brand, so people know they can trust you. So if you have a solid system like that in place, then you're going to not have to spend so much time on this. Like I can tell you, if you go back over here, let's see if we can open up YouTube over here, for example, and let's look at the history of some of these accounts. All right. So if I open up YouTube over here, and if I go to our YouTube channel, let's find out, when did we start? Because we started blowing up about 4 years ago, right? Not too long ago, maybe 4.5 years ago, we started to expand. This one's 7 years ago. This is close to the beginning, but this one was already 199, episode number 199. So that's 7 years ago, right? So we've been going at it for a long time. This one over here has episode number 3. Okay, this is more accurate, right? Look at this one. Episode number 3 all time has 2.4 million views, and it was 7 years ago. So it's 2020, and we're talking about 7 years ago. So that was 2013 when we uploaded the first videos. My wife was the one that uploaded the first videos on this YouTube channel. True story. But it takes a while to go down this route. So it depends what is your level of patience, right? If you're an e-commerce brand and you're trying to just get going, well, the more that you pay attention to this particular journey right now, the faster you're gonna get there, right? So let's do, is it this one right here? I think it's this one. The more that you pay attention to this particular funnel and journey, the faster you're gonna get there, okay? But we just gotta get started. There's no easy way out. There's people that actually start, right now, I can tell you that we at AGM, when we bring a new client in, we are giving them a 6-month contract. If you're not willing to sign 6 months, don't even start. We are gonna move away from that very soon. If somebody wants to start with AGM, we're gonna give them a 1-year contract. And if they don't wanna do it, we understand, and we're gonna pass on that relationship. Because we need people to understand that the social media game is really a long-term game. It's not something that happens in 2 or 3 months or in 4 months. Well, Manuel, if I give you $1,000, are you gonna give me $3,000 back? No, I'm not. That's not the way it works. You're building a brand. That's not the way that old school entrepreneurs handle business. Why are we gonna handle like that? Do you know that it's estimated that a business is gonna lose money its first 3 years since its inception? And it needs to be ready for that, because it takes a lot of energy to build a business, as you guys know, and I don't want to preach to the choir, right? But you get the idea. You have to be willing to have a long-term play in order to succeed in this particular game.